whole environment, People are entangled all their lives with all these ledger crimes and lies and suggestions, inductions, and ways to make bullets and laws. We are all trapped on this. And one speaks clear from the beginning to the end. Why? There's no one on the world that can have a conscience enough clean to speak things from the beginning to the end, discounting and including all the shadows doing on peoples that are acting all these mumbo jumbo's Nazi reality. We never know if they are true or fake the words, or fake the sound, or fake the image, or fake whatever. Is the purpose to maintain all this destruction. If there's love, or it was now the last upgrade version of love was love, we touch more 200. Or not love, sex with love without touch more 400, or something in the kind. If it's true, you come to me and we speak by hacked words, it's the best way to speak about these matters, I suppose. Shall I have a chance to expect in the middle of all this destruction, extermination, pain, torture, no answers by any law? That is a reality that is residual, will have something about love. I hope so, that I can hope this. This pisses all the people off every day. No one put ends. And this is a record pattern, criminal one. When they kill people, then youngsters, in these mumbo jumbos about sexuality and whatever, as seems the case if through this recent death of a lady. You know what I think, really, bottom line. People's reckons, if they still exist in the next month or a year, they will become all without speaking. By protection, even on bed, speaking about sexuality or doing sexuality without words. I hold these technologies, like this insistence on sound that allows to take the voice or the instrument of a track or put or whatever, or the pocket whatever recorder or whatever it is. This is the reality. This is an impossibility reality because humans need intimacy. There's a nucleus of personality. I'm saying this for the beginning of this crime. To donkeys, I suppose, and terrorists. There's a nucleus of our personality of each one, which is personal. And these do not correspond to the fact that people who have this personality nucleus that sustain the existence of each one and all, they are lying by this reason. There's no connection, cumulative, logical sense concerning these two realities. Because you use always this kind of argumentation. If you don't speak and do not explain, you do not confront, it's because you are hiding. If you are hiding something, you are guilty of something. Fuckers, Nazis, who arrest these fucking politicians that allowed telecoms to do these constant crimes, and who explain by the law in front of what court who are the responsibles to allow these crimes at second in treatment of death, of universal death, which is also a label of movie. Do you want entertainment? Yesterday also appeared Lucy 2. Do you remember Lucy 1 with Ugly Scarlet? And the lady that transports a new dope from the Orient, Japan, or whatever, and becomes a superwoman, and then she disappears in molecular terms. Now she's returned because, as Friedman say, her face was already the ability to change in freedom face. She's alive, and she's everywhere and nowhere on the network, and all the world. And her will is commanding the destination of all these Russian, of Thracians, assassins and murderers. Fuckers. Always the question of you all murderers and thieves, which is always Very good to have an enemy. Now we have an enemy. It's a lady. The devil is a lady. It's not necessarily wearing Prada and lives anywhere and everywhere. And her will commands the destination of the universe. Oh, so good. So and so convenient twist narrative or complement twisted narrative. You know why? Because they are bad girls, they are bad boys. And sometimes they kill people and a lot of people. One thing do not contradict another in the reality of humankind. I suppose we all understand this. But there's on the table concerning certain specific tragedies and bloods, this possibility there's plot of conflicts, namely by Johnny Guitar and so on and so on. These are very vast questions by the fellows disposed, as you know. Yeah. This is also, there's another surplus of confidence in these twisted narrative constructions that run free. Well, to see the perversity and the cleverness of these Nazi shadow builders and the reality, perhaps many people do not realize, but Leslie is a feminine name that is connected with LSD experience by a song that many people will know from Beatles, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. This is a lyric that speaks about doubts. I suppose the marriage of people, when confronted with this piece of return of another surplus of both perverted enunciation possibilities, because this also serves, as I just explained now, to dismiss the perception of existence of a very, very bad girl or boy that have killed I don't know how many people. But it's the same question that was already on Lucy 1, with the dope coming from the Orient that makes Supermans and Superwomans and that it can destroy all the world, including doing tsunamis and making fall towers. Fuckers. Move forward, which means extinction of humankind, because peoples are in the maximum of best interpretation possibilities of reality of each one, so entangled on this shadow construction and twisted that second, that they must play these roles to survive. When peoples are surviving in this scale, they are not able to live or to produce or to work or to solve problems or to build houses or to have money. And also comes to my mind that you are mirroring politician on Kate Blanchett or vice versa, I suppose. The first possibility. You are so twisted because there is a semblance. On this intervention that I'm speaking about, Blanchett, it appears some years after 9/11. I will recall it in a synthetical way. I suppose it was on opera program. Opera is on scene by. How can I know now? I suppose I said this already some years ago when I returned to Totem. Totem is a comics from Barcelona. And in the beginning, I see this and I see this is opera after 9/11. This is opera on the cover. Then some years after I returned to the same cover, apparently that I have here, on this Nazi country where they forge everything every day at successive levels, forge everything every day that they need to put another layer of lie. And I said, this is not so precisely opera. But opera was coming on scene because at that time after 9/11 she still was TV anchor, program, whatever. And I suppose it is an art program at the Totem Comics Barcelona have a lot of values, important ones. The values extract from Manar that goes until Nepal, Shambhala methods or new energy systems or whatever, or how humankind will solve the energy or resources problem. Goes until the tsunami by the gymnastic lady and the harpoon and the shadow of harpoon in Mediterranean Achilles and the whole Roman Empire and the gladiators and his cutting this, take so. And he's in the building. I want these people's arrest. Can't be like this, ladies and gentlemen. These are crimes. Put an end first to the crimes, then people can speak. Terrorists of state. This goes to tsunami by this harpoon, the massacre on the village on the Mediterranean on the Empire Roman time, and so on and so on. Just to remember. She's go to India also by the sinking of the boat and so on and so on and so on. Kate Blanchett appears dressed with red pants, and she was speaking. She sits on a sofa, on angle, I suppose, with opera. I'm not even sure if it was opera. Fucking cutting every text and doing programming codes to erase after when I try to put these. And she appears, there was an animation on 2D with her real image on the airplane, 2 seats that remembers me, Ikaru. But Ikaru is a very vast line, intimate children's scenes and whatever your mumbo jumbles that you have built on these. It's the same fellows. And she was coming on an airplane, and when I see this airplane drown, I say, this seems sick, why she is doing this, mirror this. And then she puts my back, and she had a problem apparently on the zipper of the trousers, we don't see, like something that was make rest tranquilo, agarrado, qualquer coisa. Não estás a cortar esta merda toda! Qualquer coisa que tenha ficado entalado num sítio que ela não tem nada, penso eu, para ser entalado. Mas a gente, para conversar, respeita a lei primeiro, ao filho da puta! Quem prende esses caralhos de vez e prende 2 vezes os caralhos do Estado português, políticos, gangsters, que autorizam estes crimes para proteger homicídios e mortes de crianças!